Alright, you can see that we are back here in the Harbor Master's office.
How can I help?
I filled them in on most of the details already. The Storm's Wake will be an invaluable ally if we are to reunite Kul Tiras.
Farewell, friend.
So now it's time for us to select our next place, and as I said before, we are heading to Drustvar. Lord and Lady Wakecrest are strong allies of the Proudmoors. Investigate their sudden absence and the troubling rumors from Drustvar. The stalwart protectors of House Wakecrest hold fast along the western border, but recently all contact with them has been lost. We must secure their aid in order to bring Kul Tiras together under the Proudmoor banner.
What's the situation?
I've only been to Drustvar once, on a hunting trip. It's a rugged land with a dark history and superstitious people. Steel yourself for this one. Unfortunately, we don't have any contacts within House Wakecrest, so our efforts in Drustvar will have to start from the ground up. We've arranged for a ferry to take you to Fallhaven, a farming village in eastern Drustvar. The mayor there, Cyril White, is a longtime friend of the Proudmoors, and I think he can help us get in touch with someone from the house. I hope you can get to the bottom of their absence. Their martial might is invaluable to the Kul Tiran fleet.
Duty calls.
This should be interesting. He might be a bit too big.
Fancy a cuppa?
Alright, to Drustvar.
Safe passage to you.
Heading to Drustvar, eh? You're lucky you got me, skipper, in this boat. Most of the ferrymen won't dock there anymore. What with all the dark rumors about. Wasn't long ago that traders would frequent this ferry, looking to secure goods from the farmers and the miners there. Lately, though, these mines seem to have dried up, and the butchers are nowhere to be found.
Proudmoor Academy. Gosh, Kul Tiras is beautiful.
I'm not superstitious like most Kul Tirans, but even I have to admit, there's something about Drustvar lately that gives me the willies. Whatever your business is there, I recommend you get it done. Quick.
I'd like him to just kind of peek around and see that there's this incredibly powerful demon hunter just sitting in his boat. And he's telling him about these things. And my character's like, are you seriously trying to, give me a warning about this? Do you not see me? Do you not know what I've had to deal with in the past? Do you not know what demon hunters have to deal with on a daily basis? This is nothing. I got this. Whatever is waiting for me in Drustvar.
We'll be putting down a little further. Carver's Arbor isn't a friendly... Last time we tried to drop anchor there, a wolf nearly took my leg.
Oh my gosh. For some reason, this is a bug, apparently, that's... Apparently, look at that. We'll be putting. Last time. Oh my god.
There we go. This is the furthest I'll take you. Best of luck, mainlander. If you have gods, you better out there with you here.
If you knew anything about the old ones, no, I would rather not. Besides, I don't need 'em. I've got walk leaves of Azeroth, and that's all I need. Seriously, you send one demon hunter in here, he'll take care of this place no problem. Even some of the other higher tier classes, like some of these other classes, you could probably be like, okay, if like you're a warrior or a rogue or a hunter, okay. But if you're playing a high class, you know, a high tier class, like a demon hunter, or a death knight, or a warlock, or a mage, you're walking through here like, please, I got this. Alright, so the village I'm supposed to check in with should be near over this way. Oh.
It's too far away.
I don't know about you, but does that look kind of familiar? That aura around this thing? That kind of reminds me of the Shaw's magic from Pandaria. Oh. Hello.
Our poor little village is dead. All the people have gone stiff or fled. There is
Nope.
no more noise except me and my toys, just like all the dark birdies said.
Oh my goodness. Be prepared for a lot of creepiness in this zone. Oh, hello. But there, the heart of the forest. He regards you steadily. I don't know about you, but this guy almost looks like as if he was kind of a chip off of Malorn. I mean, he's a stag, and he looks like a very powerful magical stag, like Malorn basically would be. And for goodness sakes, there are Loa just right across the way in Zandalar, so it's not far-fetched to imagine that perhaps that may be a Loa of some sort here. After all, he has the title Heart of the Forest. Okay, let's talk to the creepy little girl who is singing a very creepy song. Hello? Uh-oh.
Daddy says I need my sea legs, but I already got 2 legs.
Okay, that's actually kind of funny. There's nobody to play with here anymore. But you'll play with me, right, mister? It's time for tea. Help me find the other guests, please. Gather Mr. Munchykins, Trunksy, and Mayor Striggs for the tea party. Oh my goodness.
Yay! This is gonna be the best tea party ever. Let's find the other guests.
Okay, so there's a couple things I want to point out here. And first off, this is like how you start off a horror movie. You come to a place that's like dark and creepy like this in the woods, and you have this little girl all by herself just singing a very creepy song, and now she wants you to help gather guests for her tea party. And then she says her lines and ends it in a way that almost sounds like you could add a evil, sinister laugh at the end. In fact, just pretend, as we go through this zone, almost every line of dialogue from someone who, that says something creepy, just pretend to ask, or, yeah, excuse me. just pretend to add a evil, sinister laugh at the end of it. Like, let's find the other guess. You know, that kind of thing. And you'll start to kind of see that as a bit of a trend as we go through Kul Tiras. Oh, hello, Mr. Munchkins. Hold on. Let me take care of these. Oh gosh. Oh my goodness. What?
The target.
Oh, Mr. Munchkins, you were hungry, weren't you? Come along now. It's time for tea.
I didn't even realize she was following me. The creepy little girl is following me. Ah, get away! Ah! Oh, come on. I was hoping I could just kind of pick it up while he's still sleeping, but nope.
Trunksy, you know Miss Mary doesn't allow you in the house. You track mud everywhere. Mr. Hawthorne was always trying to keep the doggies away from his animals. But now the doggies can finally have supper.
You see what I mean?
Mayor Striggs, always running away from your responsibilities to the townsfolk. Well, you can't run anymore.
Again, just another creepy line that just fits having a sinister laugh at the end of that. You have to find our last guest before it's time for tea. Smoochums really likes the woods. I'll bet we'll find him there.
Winsmoochums loves the woods. I'm gonna make sure the doggies didn't get him.
Oh boy. Hey, it's a living cat. Smoochums. Hello, Smoochums. Meow. The book is a register of the inhabitants of Glenbrook. All but a few of the names are crossed out. Oh boy. Yeah, obviously things are not... I mean, look, hex crazed. Hex. Cursed. Gamehawk. A lot of horrible stuff has been happening here in Drustvar, it seems. That's a charm. Yeah, you can definitely probably ping a lot of witchcraft has been going on here in Drustvar. I think we now know what's the more than likely the reason why we have lost communications with the Waycrest and just Drustvar in general in recent times. I think this is a pretty clear indication as to why. Purge the woods. I have a feeling, you know, this is not really going to do much in the long run. This is probably only going to be able to help out in the immediate, but we'll see. Gorehorn. No. Let's see. Fly above him. See if we can try and find the things we need to find to discover what happened to some of the villagers. Is there a cave here? Oh. Hold on, let me get rid of this, whatever I'm aggro to. There we go. It's like, I'm in combat with something. What am I in combat with? Oh, there's probably some hawks here. That's probably why. Uh-huh. Alright, let's go.
Can't attack that target.
Sam kept his farm well tended. To livestock he was kind. Into the woods Sam vanished. Now who will tend his swine?
And now she's doing some creepy rhyming. This is not like rhyming with the Monkey King, where it's all in, you know, in good spirit and such, and you're just like, oh my gosh, stop rhyming. Here, it's incredibly creepy, almost as if this is what happened to them. They did bad things, and now they're gone. Yeah.
I'm out of
Oh
range.
my gosh. Was that doe feasting on his corpse? Oh yeah, Warcraft isn't dark at all. No, it's totally for kids. There's a large open wound in the center of the man's chest. Peering in, you notice that his heart has been ripped out. My dearest Mary, please come back home. Russell continues to ask where you are. What shall I say? That mother ran into the woods to do who knows what? We miss you, my dear. Our home is not the same. Please come back to us. Love, Jonathan.
Mr. Hayes was said to have a soul so sweet and nice. How sad the kind man's heart became a witch's sacrifice.
The fact that she laughs at the end of that makes it even worse. It's like she's... It's like she's like in on it. She's like, yes, you became part of the witch's sacrifice, as was intended. It's like, oh, it's like, man, can they make this little girl any creepier? You know what? I probably shouldn't ask that, because they probably will. It's like, don't bother asking things like that if you don't want an answer. Not really.
Can't attack that.
Okay. May as well work on this objective. Clean out the forest.
Can't attack that target.
5%.
attack that.
93%.
I need to get closer.
97%. And 100%. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is like something I would see in Diablo 3. You remember in Act 2? Where they had like, you know, the corpses and the blood and the guts and all that up against these shrines like they were part of a ritual. Look at this. Mary,
Miss Mary turned her back on us while seeking wicked power. She brought death upon our village, turned the forest dark and dour.
So that's what happened. So this was the wife of that guy we just saw. It seems to be the journal of Mary Hayes. Most pages are faded, stained, and unintelligible, but one phrase reads clear. We are done with Glenbrook. My sisters and I aim our sights higher. So, I guess she left to get involved in this, or was already involved in this, and kept it a secret from her husband and child for a long time? Yeah, this is bad. This is very bad.
The Dark Ones called to Annie, but from evil she refrained. No surprise to anyone, she ended up in chains.
Don't get many
Annie?
travelers here.
Annie looks at you, her eyes hollow and empty. Her clothes are stained with blood, and though she seems to be mostly unscathed, she stutters, but her words are unintelligible. I'm sorry, I can't... Abby? What?
May blight fall upon the coven.
Let's go, let's go! It's time for the tea party!
Yeah, I'm pretty sure at this point Abby is not who she is letting herself, you know, seem to be. This is not just some little girl. This is like a disguise, clearly.
Up here! This is gonna be the best tea party ever!
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Great! Sit down so we can start the party. With you and Smoochums helping, I can call the last guest.
She killed Smoochums. Also, notice she's making a cast.
Ahoy!
And that's like... You remember what I said about how that wolf looked like it was reminiscent of the Shaw magic from Pandaria? That basically looks the same. That black and white aura there? Yeah, that seems very Shaw. Poor Smoochums. Okay, I guess I'll pour the tea. Why am I going along with this?
Doggy, play nice with our guests. We wouldn't want them to leave hungry. Or at all.
Again, another line that just goes straight, just works with that so well. Down, dog. At this point, my top hunch is that is a witch in disguise to throw us off. I mean, what little girl would say, we don't want them to leave hungry, or at all? It's like, what? I'm sorry, Smoochums.
That thing.
Annie. Are you okay?
You mind your business, and I'll mind mine.
Was that really Abby? Did she bring forth that thing? We thought her dead not long ago. What could we have done to bring such a horror upon our village? So, yeah, that Abby wasn't real. Not like that. That wasn't actually Abby. That was something pretending to be Abby. So we can either get either of the 3 toys here, and either as a trinket. We can either have Mr. Munchykins, which is serves as a friendly target T, granting 375 haste for 15 seconds with a minute 30-second cooldown. We can either get Trunksy, which does a mud dive, inflicting nature damage divided evenly among enemies within 8 yards of the target, 2-minute cooldown, or Mayor's Striggs, which absorbs damage over 8 seconds on a 1-minute cooldown. So, if I'm playing my tank spec, this is probably what I would want to do. Having an extra shield to absorb damage over a period of 8 seconds. But this is pretty... I don't know. The dropping the toy like as a big AoE meteor bomb ability sounds pretty awesome. Alright, I'll get Mayor Strings.
I can't thank you enough, Mainlander.
Epic upgrade.
Possible. If I were you, I'd do the same. Good luck.
Okay. Well, after that little diversion, why don't we actually go to the town that we were supposed to go to in the first place? And then we just happened to come across that town with Abby, and it was just kind of like, what? Got a little sidetracked there. Eesh. So that was that village. What about this village over here? Fallhaven. I'm sorry, are they frozen in time? They're frozen in time. Well, this is horrifying. Oh, that's great. The little critters and animals here, they're not frozen in time. Wow, this thing is just in the middle of the town. No wonder this is going on. So, I don't know how interactable they are stuck like this. But seeing that living rat there and seeing them like this... How many of you out there have played Witcher 3? Do you remember the Tower of Rats quest from that game? Because I do. That was terrifying. Learning about what happened. Now imagine that being the case here. Imagine more of these here. Nibbling. If they can interact with them. And you can probably start to imagine how horrifying the implications of that in this place would actually be. And again, there are those out there that say Warcraft isn't dark. Yeah, right. He's unresponsive. The effigy looming in the town's center pulses with dark energy, similar to that which has entrapped the villagers. It may be acting as a focus to hold the spell in place. It could be destroyed. The spell might be broken. It didn't work. The effigy is protected by powerful magic. It seems that it will take more than brute force to break this curse. Now what was he putting up here on this post? The bulletin that Mayor White was posting at the time, he was stuck at the time he was struck by the spell indicates that there have been some strange happenings in the town lately. You don't say! It is likely these events are connected to whatever cast this spell on the village. Perhaps there might be records from other villagers that could shed some light on the source of this magic.
Due to several recent disappearances, a new curfew will be strictly enforced in Fallhaven. For your protection, all villagers are expected to retire to their homes no later than sundown. In addition, we have received reports of dangerous creatures in the foothills. Anyone with business outside the town limits is urged to use caution. Please report any suspicious persons or activity to Mayor White at once.
So, again, I want to really paint this picture here, because look at this. You have this family sitting down, ready to eat their dinner. The food right now has flies buzzing all around it, meaning this either has... Yeah, this perhaps has been going on for a little while if the food at this point has decayed to the point where there are flies all around it. Also, there are a bunch of rats in here munching on the food. Now imagine if they were munching on the people, or if they could. Again, I don't know if they can actually interact with them or not. But imagine if Blizzard had actually gone that far, to actually go the Witcher 3 route with this scenario, and how horrifying the implications of that would actually be.
Dearest husband, I don't know who you think you're fooling, but I've seen you sneaking out into the foothills while you think I'm asleep. Whatever it is you're up to, it better not involve that crazy woman in the woods. She's a dangerous one, but not half as dangerous as I'll be if I find out you're up to no good.
Oh, it's okay. He's just cheating on you. It's not like he's going in there to have her do witchcraft or anything. He's just having an affair. No big deal. What, in this setting, that's like the least concerning thing that could happen. Again, I mentioned, it's not like the implications that she could actually be, you know, a witch that could put a spell on the entire village or anything is a big deal or not. No. Alright, let's test this out. Steel trinket. It was funny, I thought I would see a shield there. It didn't really seem to do that much. I don't know. Maybe I chose the wrong one. I probably should have chosen the meteor. That would have probably been fun to see, like a stuffed toy just drop from the sky and just POW! Just wipe out a bunch of enemies for AoE damage. Like something straight out of Diablo. Cursed charms. Cursed charms everywhere. See this journal here from this farmer.
I don't know where these blasted flies came from, but they've returned each morning for a fortnight now. At this rate, we'll run out of feed for the pigs in a month's time. What curse has befallen this place? I'd bet my last torch it has something to do with that old croon.
Again, I can't tell if they're just simply actually just pecking at him like they would a statue, or if they're actually nibbling at his flesh. I really can't tell. And again, I'll bet there are some people that actually wishes that Blizzard would actually go as far as CD Projekt Red did in Witcher 3. I don't know if I would be okay with that or not. That seems a little excessive. But, I mean, it did fit with what was going on in Witcher 3. I just don't know if it would have fit here. But, hey. Uh-oh.
It's too far away.
Giant cursed pig, Betsy.
I'm out of range. I need to get closer. that target.
Alright. Ooh, a blue ribbon belt. Huh. Oh, hold on. Tainted pig feed. No wonder the pigs are going all nuts and getting cursed. Their feed has been tainted.
I need to target something first.
By the way, get ready for probably either a bunch of witch references or jokes. Like, as in, like... yeah, one of my personal favorites is from, I think it was Monty Python. And what makes you think she is a witch? She looks like one. You guys know that bit. It's one of my favorites. I wouldn't be surprised if that comes up later on here. So don't be surprised if I bring that back up. Oh, she respawned. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go this way.
I need to get closer. Can't attack that.
We'll look at that in just a moment.
Dear Foreman Stolton, I apologise for the delay in the latest butchery shipment. I was given some plant scraps by a kindly old woman down the way for my pig feed, but I'm afraid it may have been tainted. My swine have become afflicted with a malady that makes them unusually aggressive. It has been difficult to corral them for transport. I will attempt another shipment by week's end.
Well, I'm pretty sure we can be able to determine that whoever this lady in the nearby is pretty much the cause for all this with the amount of stuff that she's been providing, including this tainted feed for the pigs. Hey, 118. Now I'll be able to continue the war campaign. So... the writings that you were able to find all have one common thread. An old woman who recently arrived in town. This ledger may contain some information to her whereabouts. The ledger indicates that an old woman named Helena Gentle... Really? Recently took up residence in a house down the road from the town. Yeah, someone who comes into town with the last name of Gentle. Yeah, she's definitely a witch being in disguise. The villagers' writings point to her being involved somehow with a variety of maladies that struck the village recently. It's possible that she may know what's behind this spell, if it hasn't afflicted her as well. Or it's possible she's the cause for it. Come on, don't let my character once again be an idiot or a moron like they have in quests past. Oh, come on. You guys know what I'm talking about. Those quests where we just kind of do things to help out the bad guy. And we're just like, come on. Don't make our character the idiot again. A little house just out of the way near the village.
Good day to you.
Why, hello there, young man. We don't get many visitors to Fallhaven. What brings you to my home? Oh, look at her playing the sweet, innocent old lady. A curse on the villagers? Oh my, how dreadful. Although, to be honest, there have been some strange happenings around Fallhaven of late. I wonder if these could be culprit. Take a seat and have a spot of tea. I'll tell you all that I know. What is it about tea in this area?
Smooth sailing.
Listen to her story. Well, okay, then I guess I'll sit down to have a spot of tea. Oh.
Insipid outsider! This village is mine! The mother has willed it! You should turn away now, lest you share their fate.
Okay. Two things. One, did you see how fast she ran? She took off and ran really fast for an old witch lady. The second thing, you guys remember back in Legion when the Nathrazim or even other members of the Burning Legion would disguise themselves, and then when we, like the demon hunters, would point them out, they would be like, "You have found me out." That's basically what she did. We just sat down, she's like, "You have found me out." That was just, we didn't even accuse her. She just like, "Oh, hello there." "It's mine." I'm like, okay. In her haste, it looks like Helena left her spell book behind. The pages of this book detail the ritual that she used to entrap the villagers of Fallhaven. It seems the effigy that's holding the spell in the village is protected by smaller ones surrounding the town. If these are destroyed, you may be able to affect the one holding the spell on the townsfolk. Interesting idea. But first, let's go hunt her down. Fallhaven villager. The wildlife in the foothills appear to be under Helena's spell, and this villager appears to be one of their victims. They must be the cause of the recent disappearances from Fallhaven. Perhaps if their numbers were cut down, they would pose less of a threat to the townspeople. Okay, then. So I guess we'll just go ahead and take some of them out on our way to chasing down Helena here. Like, before we deal with the curse, let's deal with the witch.
I'm out of range.
Again, what was I saying earlier about about references and jokes to witches? I mean, we have a straight up witch here. It's gonna happen.
Closer.
Okay.
Too far away.
Apparently it's right over there. Scroll, huh?
Foolish outsider! You dare challenge me? Here, in my domain?
I will in just a moment. Uh-huh. Alright, let's give you a taste of your own medicine.
Show you the Coven's power!
And I'll show you the power of a demon hunter! The power of the Illidari!
Your power is ancient! You will fall!
I'm out of
Cannot
range.
stop my curse!
Sure. The crone is defeated and will no longer pose a threat to the people of Fallhaven. However, her curse on the village still lingers. Don't worry, I'm working on that. Who is over here? Balethorn. Uh-huh. I'll come after you another day. We protect the effigy. Get out of here, you stupid birds. Oh, there's a quest right up ahead over here. What is over here?
Mainlander, eh?
Thaddeus Gramps Rifthold. These trogs are a menace to the whole area. They raid camps and caravans and eat the livestock when they come down from their caves. The kids being up there might set them off. Slay some of them trogs before they decide to cause trouble. Thank the light, I was taking care of my grandson and his friends. I told them to play quietly while I took a nap, and when I woke up, they had left a note saying that they were going on an expedition. They think they'll find Titan relics in the Trog caverns. They're too young to fight Trogs, and I'm too old. My bad knee almost gave out getting here. You look strapping. I do. Find my grandson and the rest of the Adventurers Society. Send them home.
This land is cursed.
Alright, I'll help them in a bit. First, I have to lift a curse off a village. Look, priorities, man. Priorities. The effigy's protection has been broken. All that remains is to break the effigy itself.
You will die
Whoa!
screaming! I need a target.
Alright. They're free.
What is going on?
Hello, Cyril. I was told to check in with you.
I fear.
What's going on? How long have I been standing here? A curse? You're saying the whole village was just stuck? I knew there was something terribly wrong with that old crone. It seems that Fallhaven owes you a great debt, stranger. Bit better bracer.
I must have you to thank. I never thought I would awake from that accursed state. Fallhaven is in your debt, stranger. Please, tell us how we can repay you.
Wait, so you knew what was going on? I never thought I would awake from that accursed state. So you were fully aware what was going on? Yikes! That just kind of makes it kind of worse, doesn't it? not that you're frozen, but that you are fully aware what's going on around you while you are frozen. That sounds terrible. You seek House Waycrest? Oh, your timing could not be worse. I just received a raven regarding Lord Waycrest's daughter. A raven? What is this, Game of Thrones? I just received Lord Waycrest's daughter, Lucille, shortly before this curse came upon us. They apprehended her in Fletcher's Hollow, and they are taking her to trial. They say that she's a witch herself. If she's found guilty, they will surely hang her. You must make haste to Hangman's Point. With what you've seen here, maybe you can convince them of her innocence.
Fair winds and following seas.
Sausages. Sausages.
Dear me.
Thanks. Thanks heaps for getting us out of that pickle, Mainlander. I'd hate to ask, but would you be willing to help with another matter? Even before this curse struck the village, our sausage shipments from Carver's Harbor started slowing down. If we don't get them sausages, I won't be able to feed my family. Can you help an honest sausage merchant out? Carver's Harbor is just down the road from here. All right. Blacksmith, now that you're not frozen, would you mind?
Mainlander.
Oh, sure.
This land is cursed.
There's a flight master, and where's the inn? There's also another quest right here. A wanted poster. Ooh, isn't that thing a looker? Rindlewoe, a monstrous beast of wood and flesh, has been terrorizing the nearby river territories. If any adventurers are brave enough to vanquish this beast, the town of Fallhaven would gratefully proffer a reward. Please report to Mayor White if you wish to help. Let me check and see how that family is doing. She's checking in on her boy. And he's like, oh, the food's gone all rotten. I'm going to have to go... Wait, hold on. Did I just see that? So this is interesting. Kul Tiras right now is not on good terms with the Alliance, yet this family has a Alliance shield in their house. I'm guessing some individuals on Kul Tiras still support the Alliance, regardless if Kul Tiras is officially part of the Alliance or not.
No bodged goods.
Fine, it's okay. You can quit cowering. She is just petrified right now. Yeah. Huh. Right. So, I'm pretty sure Waycrest's daughter over here is the main quest here. But, So I think I might just go ahead and do these. I don't know. I'm going to try and figure out what to do when we come back. Stay tuned.